Hannukah Bear by Eric Kimmel, illustrated by Mike Hannukah. Old Bear awoke from his winter sleep. He poked his nose outside his den. What was that? Something to eat! Old Bear's empty stomach rumbled. He shook himself all over, then lumbered out of his den to follow the delicious smell. Bubba Bryna took the last potato latke from the pan and put it in the oven with the others. Bubba Bryna was 97 years old and did not hear or see so well, but she still made the best potato latkes in the village. Every year at Hanukkah time, all her friends came to her house at the edge of the forest. How they loved those latkes! Bubba Bryna always made plenty, but tonight she made twice as much as usual. Tonight was special. Tonight, the Rav was coming. She's dusting, she's even dusting the little cat. The cat doesn't know what's happening here, and she's getting out her Hanukkah. Let's see who comes. Just then, she heard a thump on the door. She opened it. Rav, you're here early. How nice to see you. Growled Old Bear. Hanukkah Sameach. Happy Hanukkah to you too. Please come in. Old Bear walked into the house. I'll take your coat, Rav. How thick it is. Bubba Bryna tugged at Old Bear's fur. Old Bear roared, "Rah! Oh, you want to keep your coat on? Well, that's all right. It is chilly in here." Old Bear's nose twitched. Huff. Thank you, Rav. How kind of you to say that. The latkes will taste even better than they smell. Old Bear followed his nose to the oven. Rav, I'm surprised at you. You know we don't eat until we light the Hanukkah. That's all right. I know you were teasing. I'll light the Hanukkah. Will you say the brachot? Will you say the blessings? Bubba Bryna struck a match and lit the shamash, the shamus candle. Then she lit the candle for the first night of Hanukkah. Old Bear muttered and growled. Who has kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this season. Oh, Rabbi, you say the brachot, the blessings, so beautifully. Bubba Bryna sat down at the table. Old Bear sat beside her. Let's play dreidel. We'll use these nuts. Old Bear cracked one with his teeth. Rav, you won't have any nuts for the game if you eat them, growled Old Bear. Don't worry, I have plenty of nuts if you need more. Bubba Bryna spun the dreidel. It stopped on the letter Kimmel. I win! Bubba Bryna swept the nuts into her apron. Growled Old Bear. Don't be angry, Rav, it's only a game. She tossed him a nut. Old Bear begged for more. No, Rav, no more nuts. It's time for dinner. Bubba Bryna opened the oven door and took out a platter piled high with steaming potato latkes. Old Bear sniffed the latkes as she set them on the table. Do you prefer sour cream or jam? Bubba Bryna asked. Old Bear growled. Jam, I thought so. Bubba Bryna smeared 5 big latkes with jam and stacked them on Old Bear's plate. Old Bear gobbled them down. Bubba Bryna laughed. You should use a fork. You have jam all over your beard. She wet a towel and wiped Old Bear's face. I must tell you, Rav, you eat like a bear. I'm hungry like a bear, so I eat like one. I can see that, Bubba Bryna said. Old Bear ate and ate until all the latkes were gone. He felt drowsy. His head flopped on Bubba Bryna's lap. Rav, you're sleepy. Who wouldn't be sleepy after such a meal? All the latkes are gone. It's time to go home. But before you leave, I have a Hanukkah present for you. Bubba Bryna took a red scarf from her knitting basket. She wrapped it around Old Bear's neck. I made it myself. Old Bear licked Bubba Bryna's face. Bubba Bryna blushed. Oh, Rav, at my age. Old Bear shuffled to the door. He growled as he walked off into the night. Good night to you too, Rav. Hannukah Sameach. Happy Hanukkah. Bubba Bryna was washing dishes when she heard another knock. I wonder who that is. Shalom, Bubba Bryna. All her friends stood at the door wishing her a Hanukkah Sameach, a happy Hanukkah. Shalom, everybody, Bubba Bryna said. How nice to see you. I'm sorry I don't have any more latkes. The Rav came by. He ate them all. Bubba Bryna, don't you recognize me? It was the Rav. The Rav couldn't have eaten your latkes, everyone said. He's been with us in the shul, in the synagogue. Bubba Bryna rubbed her forehead. Something strange is happening. Rav, I think there's an imposter going around. He looks like you. He talks like you. He even has your beard. Just then the children cried, look at the floor, bear tracks. A bear, and I thought it was the Rav. Bubba Bryna had to sit down. She began to giggle. That was a very clever bear, or a very foolish Bubba Bryna. Oh, well, let the bear have a Hanukkah Sameach. Let the bear have a happy Hanukkah. I had a Hanukkah Sameach too, and so will you, dear friends. Bring some potatoes from the cellar. Fetch my grater and bowl. Everybody has to help. You too, Rav. If we all work together, we'll soon have latkes for everyone. Deep in the forest, Old Bear slumbered in his den. His stomach was full of potato latkes. The warm woolen scarf was wrapped snugly around his neck. Pleasant dreams, Old Bear, and Hanukkah Sameach.